Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Get Certified session for SAP Certified SAP Generative AI Developer. Uh, I think most of you are here, but still, we will just maybe wait and give a couple of more minutes for everyone to join and uh, just give one more minute because I know that a lot of people have registered and I don't see that much number as of now. Okay, so let's get started. And meanwhile, what I will also do is launch a poll just to begin with. So I just want to know, like, our audience here. Uh, Welcome again for all of you to join here. And I just want to know how proficient you are with generative AI and how frequently are you using SAP's Generative AI Hub, if at all, like, and how would you have started? So I think I can see some raised hands. Can you hear me properly? Can you see these slides properly? For any other issue, you can use the chat as Ritesh has already mentioned. You can type it into the chat. I think that would be more convenient so that we give everyone a fair chance. Okay, and I'll launch the poll just to get like how well you are using generative AI Hub or any other model, or if you're just getting started with generative AI, it's completely fine. This certification, this learning journey is also for people who are just getting started. So it's not like just for any very proficient people. That's something I want to set clear right at the beginning, and I can see. So hi everyone, my name is Siddharth, and meanwhile, when the poll continues, I will go back to the poll and check it. Okay. Um, Meanwhile, I'll just okay, just close the poll at my end. And so I have been managing this learning journey, this certification since last couple of years since it's started, and it's we already have conducted once a series in February, and now this is the second series of Get Certified. And the idea is to not only just focus on the certification and help you get certified, but also uh, let you know that why of what are you doing, why you are doing it, and how it adds value to your work, right? So that's the objective here. So the first thing is, like, maybe we can get started is today's agenda. We will discuss like why this certification is important for you. We will also dwell upon the new certification reimagined. SAP is leading this initiative since last year, November. We have launched this certification in a completely different format. It's no more just multiple choice questions. It's system-based certification where you try to solve a real problem using SAP's Generative AI Hub, AI Launchpad, and understand like how you can really use the application here, the product here to solve your real business problem. So that's being tested. We will take a deeper dive there. And then we will also take a few steps and see how to get certified, how to access the certification properly. I will request that please do take a note of all these steps. Of course, we will recap these steps right at the end of the session. This first kickoff call is of 1 hour, and then we will also have further two sessions, deep dive sessions, 2 hour sessions in same day next week and next week to that. So yes, therefore we will cover that. And then, of course, topic review. So we'll also cover in today's session what are the topics being covered in this learning journey and in courses. And so we'll also touch upon a little bit on that, but more details and complete deep dive into topics will happen in the subsequent next two deep dive sessions. Okay. And so now let's get started. Now, let's just start with like the generative AI, like why it is important here. And I think in March, in November, December 2022, the world of tech was shaken when OpenAI released something called GPT 3.5 in a conversational mode, and we could go and type, and then it would give us really like answers like a human may give. It was not that polished at that time, but that completely shook the tech world. Like, what are the possibilities using that? And since then, there has been no looking back. Uh, in subsequent years, generative AI became like a pilot, like a the go-to pilot project. Like everybody was building prototypes, and then what happened is that these all large language models, as they were called, then they morphed into really, really sophisticated systems, reasoning models, and so much so that a layer on top of it, really driving values out of this model, came like agentic AI, which came somewhere last year, and it was then the pilot craze. And this year, I think from the second half of last year, and particularly this year, is where there is no more room for just experimentation, just pilots. Everybody in your organization, everywhere is asking, okay, how can we really drive some value out of these solutions? It's nice that they were maybe a craze at one point of time, but now people are looking at real productivity. They're looking at domain specific models. They're looking at agents which can really execute tasks with confidence. So that's where the shift is happening. And that's where this certification, or the skills which you will learn in this certification, are like the building blocks, are like the foundations. So in this certification, what we will focus more is on how you can design, implement your solutions. Like, we will take a step by step. The courses in this certification will let you know, if you have not like seen, you've not worked on generative AI, or even if you're working very proficiently on generative AI, but it's still how to look at a problem and solve it step by step. How SAP's Generative AI Hub helps you do that with its interfaces, with its orchestrated workflows, and then how to leverage prompt registry. We will take step by step, like what is prompt registry, how you can manage your prompt templates, what are prompts. So everything is getting covered in this learning journey. And then when you gain these skills, you will uh, master techniques which will help you build a very solid foundation on top of which you can build agentic AI solutions, you can build orchestrating solutions, and whatever next big wave might come. Like, people are saying like there will be no interfaces, there will be just you speak and you get things done. It will be completely a speech or a natural language interface. So yes, whatever the next big thing or the next big wave will come, during the skills which you will gain in these certifications will help you to master those very fundamental skills, which then you can take advantage of all the new tech revolution which is happening right in front of us. Now, something little bit about SAP's Generative AI Hub. So SAP's Generative AI Hub and SAP AI Core is a service built on top of SAP BTP. If some of you are not knowing what is BTP, I can tell you, business technology platform is like your go-to platform for and hosting your entire tech stack of SAP Business Suite, SAP applications, and even non-SAP applications. So that's a fundamental of it. Of course, you're not covering BTP in this learning journey, but feel free, if you have some questions, I can maybe share some our portal access where you can learn more about BTP. And main USP of SAP AI Core is that you have these great models coming and going, right? Some time ago it was just OpenAI, then it was just like Microsoft was doing all the great things, and then it was like, okay, Gemini was catching up. Then of course we know what's happening now. Anthropic with Claude is like almost ruling, and whatever models will come, will continue to evolve. The SAP AI course value is that it it allows you to design your application in a model agnostic way. And that's what we will learn how it happens in this certification. And that's what is the core of SAP AI core, and in a very secure and reliable way. Because you don't want others to ship models. You don't want your enterprise data, your confidential business data, to be shared across any models across the internet. So that security, that reliability is given by SAP's Generative AI Hub, and you can really leverage it for security, governance, and you can scale your enterprise solutions with confidence. Yeah. And now, so now we'll come down to the learning journey very quickly. And I can see some raised hands. So what I'll try to do is, and I maybe I should have just said this earlier. I'll mention it now. So I'll keep a track of time, and I will try to give at least the last 15 to 20 minutes for Q&A. I know there are a lot of questions it might be there in your mind, so don't worry. Please continue typing your questions, and my colleagues are here to help me, and then we can go through those questions one by one and address all your queries, okay? So please keep them noted, and let us first cover. And what I will do is maybe take a break in the first 20 minutes and then maybe address some of your questions. And then last 15 minutes, as I said, we will address just all your questions. Okay. Now, foundational understanding. If you have any technical issues, please do type it in chat. And Ritesh is here, my colleague, and he will help you with all those technical challenges. Yeah. If you are not able to hear or see the slides or whatever. Yeah? Okay. Now coming back to this learning journey and the underlying learning journey for this certification is where you will understand like what is SAP Business AI all about, and then also you will also get to know what are large language models, how you can use them through Generative AI Hub, how can you use large language models for your use cases, like, and now even the term large language models is like just models because they're morphing into so many things like image generation, they're like reasoning models, so there are a lot of things. So and then the very emphasis of this learning journey and this certification is on hands-on. So you will do hands-on on SAP Launchpad. We have a system with this learning journey for you. And also, I will highly, highly encourage you to practice all the SDKs which we have accessed, the code, SDK code which we have provided along with these courses. So you can create your own BTP enterprise account and create your own SAP AI core instance, and also can create your own, practice your own course. So that would be also really nice. And also we will understand like how you can master grounding techniques. So SAP's Generative AI Hub and SAP AI Core provides you those facility that your models are not just taking some generic knowledge, but they're grounded in your business reality. So how you do that, how you can ingest documents in SAP AI Core, we will also cover that in one of the courses. And we will walk through the courses one by one. Okay. And so the important point here is like this certification will give you the kind of skills which is like a very solid foundation for advancing into agentic AI. Once you understand like how to develop prompts step by step, how to solve problems, because look, this we know like a lot of tech is coming and a lot of noise is there, but ultimately the main value for any tech is, are you able to solve your business problems? Are you able to gain productivity using those solutions? And that's what this learning journey, this certification, that kind of a skill is what this certification will try to impart here. And I hope you will really like the approach here. So yes, certification path is here, and we will, as I say, like we will take one by one. And now let me just walk you through the like what exactly this certification will be. As I said, this completely reimagined. Many of you who might have already given like this certification earlier, you may have seen like multiple choice questions, right? Multiple choice questions were there, and you have to select the right answers. And then there were this n number of questions, and these n number of questions were getting answered, and then on basis of that you pass or fail the certification. You might be used to that kind of certification. Many of you who have given certifications or have achieved other SAP certification, but SAP changed that strategy November last year. During the TechEd we launched this. We were there on the floor doing this certification exam. I think some of you might have been there in the TechEd Berlin and then TechEd Bangalore. And then so what is this new approach and why it was needed? We'll just take a quick walk through it, maybe just quickly taking a look at it. I will really encourage, and these slides you will get after the session. This session is getting recorded, so don't worry. And I will highly encourage you to go through this certification page. This entire page is there on learning.sap.com, and I can just walk you through that. But most important, I think I'll just share like why this approach. So this approach is practical. It's not just theoretical knowledge, because in this age of AI, anybody can get answers to questions, right? And this is a very practical approach where you're given a problem, you understand the scenario, and then you try to solve that problem using SAP's generative AI hub. And it's not like this will be completely like unique problem. You will practice how to solve similar problems across the learning journey. You will get a hands-on practice system where you can go and practice it. Many people ask this question: do I really need to configure a SAP BTP enterprise account and get SAP AI core license and or credits and everything? Yes, you can do that. That would be really nice, because then you will unlock the entire potential of SAP AI Core, all models. But in case you don't have the bandwidth to do that now, this course provides you a hands-on practice environment where you can go and practice whatever is being covered in this course, and then you can practice it and be prepared for the certification. And so that's the practical part of this certification, and it's relevant because it aligns to like the skills which are needed in today's AI age, right? And let's now also take you through the page on learning.sap.com. And maybe I'll just quickly stop sharing and start sharing again. Okay, I hope you can see my screen. Ratish, can you confirm? Is my
Yeah,
screen
yes, it does. We
visible?
can see
Correct.
your
Okay.
screen. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. So this SAP certification reimagine page takes you like walks you through why this new certification approach. You will also get access to a guide here. Like in this guide, and this is again a very frequently asked question which we get, like, how do I know if I'm giving a particular certification? It's system based or scenario based. So in this guide, you will get the list of all the certifications, and you will be able to see like this certification is scenario based, system based. Now you must be wondering, what is this scenario based and system based? Just hold on. I will of course explain that to you. And then as you can see, under the head of new technologies, you also see our certification, this generative AI developer certification, which is a system based certification. So this new reimagined certification, and then you can also, this link is shared with you. Please go through these pages, this page, and it will also give you a good idea of this reimagined certification. I'll come back to the slides. Okay. So this reimagined certification, as I told you, tests your practical skill. It comes in two formats. One is your scenario based certification, where like you will be given a role play, and an AI role play where you will answer certain questions. You will be asked certain questions, and based on an answer, you will be uh, marked, and you will attain the certification, or whatever numbers you will get, and basis of that, you will attain or not attain the certification. That's scenario based. That's like AI role play. You just like we are talking here, you will talk to an AI and you'll get give answers. So that's another mode of certification. Like you saw in that list, a lot of certifications are scenario based. This certification is system based. A system based certification, as I told you, you will go on a live system and you'll have to perform, you'll have to solve a problem, you'll have to create certain artifacts. And then when you do that, based on that, then you will be marked. And based on that, when you will do everything right, you will pass the certification, right? So that is this AIG certification, or generative AI developer certification, is a system-based certification. And we have already covered this part. We've covered this part, like what is a system-based, scenario-based. One more important part is this is an open book model. What do we mean by that? So open book model means that you can access all your learning journey material, your hands-on practice guide, you can access all your material, keep them handy, and you can access it during the certification exam. Yes, you can easily access them, you can refer them, and you can, of course, please do keep track of the time, and you can use them to solve the case which is given there in the certification exam. Okay, so you can do that. And also, for some time in this certification, you also get access to SAP Joule for consultants, where you can type your query and can also get a solution. So the idea is that in today's day and age, how would you work on a practical problem solving when you go to your customer, when you go to your own teams? How would you solve a problem? You have access to these great models thanks to SAP's Generative AI Hub, but also you will like to refer to the other problem documents, everything. And that's what we are trying to simulate in this exam. We're trying to simulate that how would you solve a problem in a real world. And that's the reason this is an open book exam, okay? Um, and this is all evaluated using a software. This certification is evaluated using a rule-based method and based on your responses. And then let's now take a deep dive and see how we can get certified. Okay. So like I'll just walk you through these steps and I'll just keep track of the time here. Okay. Okay. So like let's see. I go to sap.com and then here you can like see get certified. You can see browse certifications. Okay. Here you type your certification code, or you can also type generative AI. Don't worry if you don't know the code, that's not needed. You can like type generative and you will also get the list here, right? And here then you can go and check this certification. The good thing is that when you look at this certification, you'll also see the underlying learning journey. So you don't need to like go here and there. I'll maybe just open this learning journey in another tab and just give you this first glimpse for all of you who have not started this learning journey, like what this learning journey really looks like. So this is how this learning journey looks like. It starts with a very basic overview of SAP Business AI for those of you who might have not just been into AI deep dive because you're domain experts, you're just focusing on your domain. Absolutely great. So yes, just a walk through like what SAP Business AI strategy is all about, and then this is where the real, as I said, the real fun starts, like the large language model techniques, everything. And of course, we will take a deep dive into the topic in the next part of this session. So you can access the entire learning journey here. And then once you like have prepared, gone through the material, completely ready, and confident that yes, you can give this exam properly, you can then go for the certification. As you can see here, a new version of this certification was released last month, and the cutoff score is now 76. It's far more rational. Some of you who might have given another like previous versions, the cutoff score was different. And then once you click on go to certification, like I will click here, and then like you will get this page. Please read this very carefully. This is like the certification guide. And you can also watch videos for scenario-based certification. There will be soon a video for system-based certification to help you like how. And one more important thing I want to point out is a lot of people face difficulties due to their accounts. So please do click this account and then see like, and one more thing which I can like show to you now even is like you need to, and perhaps I should show it using my account because I'm using here a test account, or maybe even this one is fine. Please go and always ensure like your account is properly configured here. Like, and you should always keep in mind to add one alternate email ID also in your account, which is always helpful so that all your certification records are also archived in your personal ID, but of course your professional ID should be here. Which ID you should use in your learning.sap.com? Of course, the one which you're using for this session, from which you are getting your Learning Hub subscription, okay? So please ensure that your accounts are linked properly. You'll not face any difficulty once you ensure that, okay? So that's something I just want to highlight. But still, if you do face any issue regarding universal ID, log on, please raise a case. Everything is handled on a priority basis and you will get a resolution, okay? And now we continue here. And as you can see, your slot is no longer available. Like I scheduled a dummy slot using it. So let me just move towards back to the slides. So once you access the certification, you click this go to certification, you need to schedule your exam. Okay, you need to schedule your slot. So you click here, schedule a slot, read carefully like the duration and every part of it. Like this is 3 hour duration. Once you are ready, like you want to give your exam, you have to schedule your slot. Okay, and schedule a slot carefully. Like I just selected some random number for this particular testing here. And then once you select this, you schedule your slot. It will be asked like, are you sure you want to confirm your booking? Once your booking is confirmed, it cannot be rescheduled or canceled. And if you don't attempt it, then your one attempt will go away. So just be careful there. And once you have done that, you have successfully scheduled your certification exam. You can add it to your calendar so that you get a reminder, okay, that how can you access this certification. And once that's done, you will get a screen like this where you will be like told that, okay, now your exam is here. And this screen you might not get, so you might have to go back to your learning.sap.com, search for the certification again, and then you will get this notification. This is like a confirmation. You'll also get a mail, of course, but you this is also confirmation that your schedule, whatever schedule you wanted to slot your schedule, is done, and then you can be ready at that time and then start the exam properly, okay. And this schedule remains like once you start the exam, and then we'll walk through that one by one, okay. Now, once like you reach, again log on during the time which you have scheduled. Like for example, if you sit now and you're ready for the certification, you schedule something for Friday 1 p.m. and you logged on Friday 1 p.m. And now like you're sitting, you'll get something like that. That okay, now you can start your exam. Your exam is ready to start. Then you click here. It will be a 3-hour exam. Okay. And then once you click all the privacy terms carefully, like just click all the privacy terms here, and then you can start your exam, okay. Once you start your exam, you will get this like 24-hour preview thing. Like this is like the clock for your attempt now, because you have now started the exam. This is the clock for your attempt. Once you start the attempt, you'll get the required time, which is 3 hours for this exam now. Okay. This exam, as I told you, the last version has been updated. It's now you get 3 hours to finish the exam. Because this is an AI exam, you have to accept the SAP AI terms. You also have to accept these terms when you access the practice system. And we will see that in the coming sessions, in the coming weeks. We will take a complete deep dive into hands-on practice and everything. And we will do that. Okay. And then once you click this, carefully, your exam will start. Okay. And now your clock will start. Please keep an eye on the clock. Yeah. And also you will get this interface where you can download the exam questions. Okay. The exam scenario. And once you download that exam scenario, maybe you go through it carefully. And then once you're completely ready, you click this access practice system. And once you click this access practice system, you'll get to the generative AI hub. Okay. And then you can just be very careful about your exam clock. That's what I want to tell you. Once your system has started, your clock will also start for that particular timer, like 3 hours. Okay. And then you have to keep an eye there and be very careful. Read carefully all the PDF. Lot of time, and I see like people very well prepared, and then they feel like, okay, they were not able to do well, they were not able to pass the exam. We see like they were just not reading something carefully. As very simple mistake. So read the PDF carefully, go through steps by steps carefully, and also keep a track of the time. And once you are completely sure, like you've created everything what you have been asked to create in the exam, then only click this confirm completion button. Do click this confirm completion button, otherwise you will not be rated. Okay. So please carefully complete your exam, and then after that click this confirm completion button once you're like completely confident, and then you will get a good result. Okay. After some time in your learning history, and I'll just show you how that looks like. uh, I'll just show you very quickly. So like once like you go there, again, I'll go back to the, yeah. So now you can go to your My Learning, you can go to your My Certifications, and you can see you will get your generative AI developer certification result. Okay. And hopefully it will be like you have passed the certification and congratulations. Okay. Um, you will also get this banner, and then you can share your achievement across your social media profiles. Uh, Now, there are some important tips which I would like to share, and I think then we are pretty much on time, and then we can with the flow for discussion and quizzes. But yes, we'll also take a little bit deep dive into the topics for 5-10 minutes, and then you can collate all your questions and we can start discussing. Okay. Um, Now, there are practice systems being provided, and I can show you very quickly because I think it should be like the top of the things in your mind. Like, do I need to configure a BTP system for this? No, not at all. You don't need to do that, as I can show you. So you can access the practice system within this learning journey, and you can start this practice system. You can start playing around with this, and this is SAP AI Launchpad interface specifically created for this learning journey. And you'll also get this to know in when you start this course. In the first lesson, in the first unit itself, we have clearly mentioned it into the note. Okay, so you can see it here. So don't worry if you like don't have a proper SAP AI core instance created for you. You can use this practice system to uh, prepare for this exam. Once you're there giving the exam, please do note these important points. Close any unnecessary browser windows. Do not open practice system during exam. Otherwise, it will completely mix up with your exam system, and then it will really impact your result adversely. The exam is, of course, open book. You open your course material. You can go and see learning.sap.com, but please do not open the practice system in parallel to your exam system. Okay. And please do track your timer, as I told you, and only confirm when you are done and read the instructions carefully. I think I've already covered these tips. And once you're done, you can also cover. And you can also manage your certifications. Like there will be question in your mind, like once I'm certified, then what? You need to keep your certification updated. Like mine is quite updated because I've just given it and it's the latest version, 2604. But within a year, like once you are ending the end of the year when you have certified, you can also take an assessment and stay certified. So you can keep your certification updated without giving the complete exam again. So your certification remains valid for 1 year, and after 1 year, you can take a stay certified assessment, and you can continue to keep your certification valid. So that's it. We'll quickly move to the topics which we are covering in this learning journey, which is the main go-to learning journey to prepare for this certification. And maybe now this is the time where I think I should just walk you through the learning journey quickly. Okay. So see, so this is the learning journey. This is the entire learning journey I'm talking about. Okay. The first course is, like, as I told you, giving you a preview of what SAP Business AI is. And like, if you're just getting started with AI or you're not very much deep into SAP's AI strategy, you can go through this course. But this is the course from where the real fun starts, the certification preparation starts. This course, and I'll just open this course very quickly. This course like walks you through like what are large language models, why and how you can use them for your use cases. And also it will touch upon very important prompt engineering techniques, like how you can improve your response. And then these techniques and this discussion, whatever is there, like securing and hardening prompts, like of course when you are creating enterprise applications, it's good that you can leverage features, you can leverage new techniques, but the most important part is your application secure? Like because of this advent of AI and models, a lot of new features have been unlocked. Things which were not possible earlier are possible now, but so is the security aspect. A kind of attacks which were not possible earlier is now possible. So that's very important. And it is the concepts like this which are covered in this first course, like how you can secure and harden your prompts, like what kind of techniques you can use to ground your prompts. So in a very generic manner, this course covers all these topics, and we will take, of course, a very deep dive. Don't worry, like if you feel like I'm not just covered the surface of it, we will take a deep dive on these topics in the next sessions. And then once you're done with like understanding, okay, what are large language models, we will move towards generative AI hub. Okay, like what are the interface here? We will walk through the interface. What is orchestration service? We'll walk through that. And once you're familiar with all these basic concepts, then we will take deep dive into solving your business problem using Generative AI Hub. We'll walk through a very realistic scenario. Step by step, we will solve the problems. We will also, while solving this problem, see these great interfaces and features which have been provided by SAP's Generative AI Hub and how you can leverage them, how you can use SDK. So we'll cover everything. And then again, as I say, step by step, like we will also try to improve the prompts and the results step by step. And as I said, this learning journey, this certification tests your problem solving skill using models, large language models. And this is a skill which is like universal, which is the skill which will always be needed no matter what next wave of the technology now comes. Because as I told you earlier, no matter how cool the tech is, if you can really apply it to solve your problems, you can really apply it to boost your productivity, then that's what it matters, right? And then because one of the very unique feature of SAP's generative or SAP core, as I told you earlier, is like it's model agnostic. You can access so many models. We'll take a deep dive on it in the next subsequent sessions for sure. So this lesson will cover like how you can use this multiple models and how you can uh, uh, use it to solve your problems. Okay. And now let's get back to the final course of the this learning journey. This is about like some advanced techniques, mainly grounding. And like grounding is like these models are trained on large data, but they're not trained in your enterprise data. And you don't want them to be trained in your enterprise data, like you don't want to make it public. So how can you ground your these very nice latest and greatest models in your business data, in your business process, using grounding techniques in SAP code? That's what we will cover in this course. Okay. And then of course you can start practicing parallelly within. I think when you start this course you can start practicing parallelly, but in this course itself you will have some exercises, nice exercises. You can start performing it using this hands-on system, and once you're done, you've practiced everything, you're ready for the certification exam. And you can follow the process which I just showed you: how to access the exam, how to schedule the exam, how to start the exam, finish the exam, and get certified. Okay. And with that, I think we're pretty much at the end of this session. I'll quickly walk you through like how these sessions are planned, and then we can open the floor to for the questions. This is today you are attending the kickoff session where we're just walking you through what this certification is about, and then how the exam interface looks like, the new method of this new completely reimagined certification. This is a 1 hour session. And then in the subsequent units, in the subsequent lessons, we will also have the uh, 2 hours deep dive sessions, 2 sessions, same day in the next 2 weeks, where we will take deep dives and we will start. I'll try to focus more, and this is like my request to everyone. Please go through the learning courses, like which I've already highlighted, which will be part of this slide. You can access them. I can also share the link here of learning.sap.com. Please go through these courses so that we focus more on hands-on part. We focus more on scrolling through the interface, the practical part, and also I can address your queries, I can address your questions. So I want it to be a very lively discussion. Okay. And then in the next session, in the final session, we will cover we will perform hands-on, we will perform the exercises. Some of them, of course, we cannot perform like all the exercises in a session, but still we will try to perform whatever possible. And maybe we will have a Q&A right at the beginning, like to note down whatever queries you have. And then based on that, we can also go through the exercises and take care of the important parts of the exercises and perform them and do hands-on. And of course, we'll conclude with a discussion on agentic AI and how SAP AI core enables secure, reliable, scalable agentic AI applications for your enterprise. We'll also discuss that part and more questions like on hands-on and practice. Okay. So that is what it is all about. And then we'll wrap up. I'll again walk you through like the certification interface right at the end of the session quickly, and then also like how to schedule the exam and everything. We'll just recap it if needed, like if you have any queries regarding that. Okay, so that's it. I will stop sharing now.